number 8 and we're up against NXS. Today I will be taking in a team of Tigra, Kitty and Diablo. This time I will be taking path 1 in section 1, as well as this man thing on node 20. I will be taking power snack, footloose, path 6 in section 2, Sersi on safeguard and a thing boss. Up first I have this Miles on masochism overtime. I will be using Kitty, and it's a very simple fight. I just can't use specials, but my basic attacks will work just fine. I don't wanna trigger the global here, so I'm gonna avoid dexing. I will be using my face to avoid his specials. For his special 2, I face the first hit and dash out without triggering dex. As for his special 1, you can face the first hit and block the last 2. You won't be taking any damage because you still have your face active. Next up is this man thing on node 20. You've already seen me take this fight multiple times in the past, so there isn't really anything new to explain. But in case you haven't seen me take this before, I'll quickly explain what my game plan is. I'm running half recoil for the poison debuff, and I have 4 points in Mystic Dispersion. I use the Nullify pre-fight so that I can remove Man-Thing's armor up buff whenever he gets it. That way I don't have to worry about the shocks. The Nullify pre-fight also makes my special 3 inflict 10 detonate buffs on Man-Thing. The buffs don't do anything, but I can nullify them for more power. And to go over how to actually do the fight, I trigger Masochism on purpose and I bait his heavy attacks. The Unstoppable and the Masochism regen are both buffs that feed Mystic Dispersion. You gotta make sure you trigger Masochism before you throw your special 3, or none of your poison debuffs will stick. At this point all you need to do is use your special 1 or special 2 to keep the poisons up. Special 1 pauses them and special 2 refreshes them. Do keep in mind that if you use your special 2 to refresh the poisons while Masochism is still up, all your poisons will get shrugged off like this. So keep an eye on them. Not my best man thing solo, but still pretty easy. Up next is this Hit Monkey on Power Snack. I will be using Kitty, and because this is my first time taking this fight, I will be using an invulnerability boost. It's a very simple game plan. Avoid triggering dex and just keep hitting him until he drops. I did a lot of duels before doing this fight to figure out how to deal with his special 1. You can face the first hit, block the second, and you'll have just enough distance to trigger facing again for the last hit. And that went down much faster than I thought. Up next is this Omega Sentinel on Footloose node. I will be using Tigra for this. I was a bit worried about this fight since I knew I would have to be baiting her heavies to get to my special 2 and to build ruptures. But if she wasn't throwing her heavies, the fight would go south real quick. So the plan is to hit her to trigger the neutralize to prevent her armor buffs. Then I have to bait 2 heavies and punish them with mine to build a few rupture debuffs. At that point my special 2 should do the job. And it did. A very beautiful fight. Then I have this Rintrah that I will be using Kitty for. I'm really not used to fighting this guy, so my game plan isn't really the most efficient one. I wanna keep knocking him down and keep him out of his corner. As far as I'm aware, that should deal with his most annoying abilities at least. I really need to read up on him some more. For now I'll just let the fight play out for a bit. There isn't really anything for me to talk about here. I usually don't like throwing my specials with Kitty, but here I figured that I could just speed up the fight a little. Since the fight isn't really that difficult either way, I can build up my prowess without any issues. And then for my special 3 to finish the fight. But damn, I gotta say, that is one beefy cow. Next up is another spider ham, and I will be using Kitty once again. Plan is the same as before, just throw my special 1 as soon as I get it. That's honestly all that there is to this fight. One thing I wanna note here. When I throw my special 1 here, I am not facing, but if you dash in after your special ends, you can trigger your face before you lose your prowess for an easy opening. Next up is this Killmonger on the shared fight. I will be using Kitty, and I had an alliance mate place a white Magneto pre-fight here. Killmonger has extra critical resistance in his kit, so building up prowess with Kitty can be a little annoying, but the passive stuns help with that. The pre-fight isn't needed for this fight, but it just makes it a lot easier. I like to dex the last hit of Killmonger's special 1 a bit late, so that I have enough distance to trigger my phasing when I go and punish him. I'm trying to get an intercept here, to remove the protection and finish the fight with my special 2, but Killmonger didn't wanna let me do that. My special 3 leaves him at 1%, so I just stand there and let my phasing finish the job. Up next is Sersi on Safeguard. I have taken this before. It's a very simple Tigra fight. All it takes is 1 special 2. Well, it's quick and simple if you don't do what Legacy does. But anyways, the plan is to parry her at the start and inflict my neutralize, so she can't get the glancing buff. After that I bait a few heavies, punish them with mine, and that's pretty much it. I just fell short of my special too, so I'll have to bait one special from Sersi, but it's not an issue. You dex back to dex the first hit, dash straight at her and hold your heavy to miss the second hit. And as for my last fight, we have yet another thing boss. No idea why we have seen this guy on the boss notes so many times this season. But yeah, there's really nothing special about it. Keynotes are: don't leave him at 15 rock stacks ever at the end of your combo, special or heavy attack, and chain your special 2 after the second hit of your heavy. That way, Thing has no chance to dex out of your special. And yep, I'll just speed up the fight for you guys. And there he goes. Same boss, different day. My group ended up beating theirs 2-0, and we ended up winning the war 2-14.